from Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in life and property insurance. Don't take chances with your family's future.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and in this first segment, I'm pleased to put the spotlight and hear more about K&A Services. It's a janitorial services. Our guest is Kyle and Anne Ebanks, owners of K&A Janitorial Services. Good morning and a pleasure to have you on our show.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
The Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday and is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Give them a call, 949-6211, and also by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. Now, without further ado, please tell us all about K&A Janitorial Services and pretty much how you all got started. Husband and wife couple here in studio with me this morning.
Okay, so we started, I think it was 2017, 2017, October. We pretty much do a lot of cleaning home and everywhere we go, like, you know, those hobby where you go in the restaurant and you saw some dust and you just clean it off because it's like a hobby. So we thought about you know, why not make it as a business? You know, I do love cleaning, and you know, why not try it and see how it goes. At first he didn't want it. He thinks that Cayman has no population for it, but we never thought that, you know, it's actually a lot.
And it's taken off.
Yes, and it's in demand. So that's how we started.
How has it grown since inception? How has people embraced your services and what you have to offer?
To be honest, I was surprised how fast it grown. And I'm happy to see how it's going right now. Being the fact my wife, she's excellent at marketing the business, but it's just blown up, and especially with social media and stuff like that.
Right.
We use the Facebook page, and we're trying to get a website going also. So it's just.
You never thought that it would have, because you're looking at it very superficial, saying who's going to really want somebody in, because you're thinking pretty much how you would treat your own space. Yes. But many of us don't have sufficient time, and then it's all about affordability as well. Exactly. So to find that one-stop shop, and you can get the level of service, you're getting value for money.
Exactly.
Why not K&A Services?
Yes, and also. We used to hire someone every week for our house because we both have full-time jobs. I actually have 2 jobs. I do part-time cleaning as well. For example, I have full-time job Monday to Friday, and then somebody will ask me, "You want to clean my office?" I actually go, yes, because I love cleaning anyway. And then sometimes I will tell him, "Come with me and help me." And he doesn't like it. It's like, "Come on, it's your day off. Calm down." And you know, I'm like, no, I love doing it, so I actually do it, and I don't mind.
So you have warmed up to it, Mr. Ebanks.
Yes.
Well,
now that you see the demand is there.
The thing when we first started, you know, I support my wife with anything. You know, when she came to me about the business and she said she want to start this thing, I said, okay, I know you're smart and you can get this thing going. Go right ahead. I'm behind you. And we went to get a business license and everything for it. So it was quite a challenge at first.
At first,
but you know, as things went along and it got easier, we got into the groove. And once we started getting the staff and stuff going, I have to thank my brother-in-law when he came with us. He helped us a lot. Marvin Ramos.
Who's out there in the field and doing everything for us, because we have a system home where I don't need to be out there anymore. After I train them on how to do this and that, I actually work from home now.
Administratively.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's the one who, when I chat him or put the schedule out there, he's the one who just go ahead right away
and get it done.
Figure it out. Like on the road and stuff, when client will tell us, do you know where is it? I'm like, Marvin knows for sure. So don't worry, we'll find it, but we'll call you anyway.
Now, elaborate for us and let us know the type of janitorial services available at K&A Janitorial. Is it residential, commercial? Tell us.
Yes, it's actually, residential.
And commercial?
Commercial, both. For commercial, we do the night shift mostly because they
after
wanted,
close of business. Yes,
they wanted us to do the cleaning after, they do the work and all that, and they come in the morning with a very clean office. And then residential, we start from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5. So we also do move out cleaning. We do move in, move out, post construction as well, post renovation, and basically all of cleaning that you need to do, we do. So we do daily cleaning as well, where, for example, you only need us for, let's say, 3 to 6 p.m. Every day because of after school. You want the house to be clean before the kids comes in home, so we do that as well.
Now, as a small business, you had a hard time, Anna, selling this to Kyle, your husband.
Yes, I did. It took a few years.
Understanding that was pretty much in the home. But looking at the process as a small business owner, what did you find that like? Just getting all the requisite license, being able, have there been any challenges that you faced, even being able to retain additional manpower in order to make it possible for you to keep up with your contractual agreements?
Right. The process of the paperwork, getting into license, and doing contracts and all that, it's kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but I'm familiar and comfortable with it. So it's smoothly going good. After, actually, we go to estimates. Right after when I get home to my office, I right away make the estimates for them, and in the evening they're ready for them to review, and then they'll tell me if they have questions or they want to, negotiate or whatever. Same day or next thing in the morning. So it's not too hard. Okay. And I ask him also everything.
I didn't find it too difficult to get the license stuff for that. Actually, the people in the
DCI
that admin building there was very helpful.
Very helpful as well.
Excellent.
And how they explain everything.
Yes.
To process the paperwork and stuff like that. So it was quite.
They made the process easier for you.
Very, very helpful and nice.
Right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about client satisfaction and how important it is that a business actually listen to their customers.
Yeah.
Right now, I normally can talk long. So he's the one who actually handles if there's, for example, of course, we're not perfect. We get complaints with customers as well. So he's the one who deals with them, actually. And
once, customer service is one of our key focus in our
it's like our goal.
Business.
We want them to be happy.
Yeah, we try to make people satisfied when it comes to our company, and also when the employees go there, we also tell them to be very nice
because they're representing you and your brand.
And we want to make sure that when they talk to them, they talk politely, and they get to understand what they want. So, and if a client is not satisfied, then I step in. And when it comes to customer service, I'm full of customer service and making sure clients are happy with our company and what we represent. And, being a small business in the Cayman Islands and a young Caymanian, and you know, it's a pleasure for me to go out there and talk to people and hear the feedback, if it's bad or even good.
Yes.
I like that. And
Constructive criticism.
Yeah,
Yes.
You don't take it personal.
No, not
no,
at all.
I don't. I actually take, like, if it's something that I not good, I go back to the team and I explain to them, okay, this is what we got to change, and we're gonna make this happen, and it happens. And when we go back to the clients, they're like, oh, we're happy now.
Excellent.
So we try to make people feel great when we go out there, and I hardly hear about the guys are not nice to them or acting rude.
They're very humble and polite.
So
Well, that's
Because
so
we
far-
are to them.
so
we
far
are to
so
them.
good, with everyone when it comes to customer service. Customer service is great when I go out there myself and I see them working. I mean, they're on the ball. So
Yes, so we always pops in to...
unannounced.
Yes.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we put the spotlight in here. More about K&A Services. It's a janitorial company. Owners Kyle and Ann Ebanks, married couple, are in studio with me this morning and telling us more. I'm so happy that they were able to take some time out of their busy schedule to allow us to put the spotlight and hear more about their company. Again, the Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center. We'll be right back after these short messages.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
In 1950, the controversial topic of mixing of racial demographic of the Cayman Islands was explored by Edwin Beale Doran using the census from 1802 to 1943, which distinguished between black, white, and colored segments of the Cayman Islands population. The trend observed by the cultural preferences of the three races identified that due to the strong feelings of white women only procreating with white men and colored women only procreating with colored or white men, that the natural population of blacks significantly decreased, the whites remained the same, and the colored population increased. In 1802, blacks outnumbered whites by 3 to 2. The colored population represented only 8% of the population, but by 1870, the three races were virtually equal. However, by 1911, the black population was reduced to a mere 20%, and by 1943, the colored population had reached 55%, with the Cayman Islands having proportionally fewer blacks than any other territory in the region.
Radio Cayman's Historical Facts Vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all three Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
540 months.
16,425 days.
394,200 hours.
45 years.
That's how long we've been committed to serving you, and we won't stop there. Over the years, we have proudly grown with Cayman, making a difference in the community. That's why we're here, to stand by you.
We are Cayman National.
And we thank you for standing by us for 45 years and counting.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center. Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz that is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and in our first segment this morning, I put the spotlight and hear more from owners Kyle and Ann Ebanks of K&A Services. Now, K&A Services is janitorial that takes utmost care of their clients, offering efficient and dependable services. Service include cleaning for commercial and residential. Their greatest strength is awesome customer service and attention to detail. They are flexible and consistent in all that they do. Now, what is the process like if someone's hearing you by ways of this medium this morning and would like to get more additional information from you or even require a site visit before confirming retaining your services? What is that process like?
We actually go to their site from anywhere it is. If we go East End, West Bay, whatever it is, just let us know. We're going to visit the site and give them the quotation. We can tell them there if it's just a small job. If it's a big job, then we go to the office and do the estimates, give them options to what can be added to the service, what can be taken out, and our system, once we send that email to them, they can approve it from their computer or from their phone to let us know that they wanted to do the appointment.
And the consultations are free, correct?
And the consultation is for free, yes.
Now, are there any other additional services that you hope to add to what is currently offered at this time?
Yeah, we also do power washing and with tiles and grills.
Cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning. We're gonna start the carpet cleaning shortly, but we haven't got a machine yet. But that's coming soon. So people can look forward for that. They can give us a call for carpet cleaning also.
So we can cover it all
Yeah.
then.
What is it like working as a husband and wife duo? Do you ever find the time where you're not talking about the business, understanding you're still new and it's exciting, it's constantly at the forefront, but how do you find working together as a team?
To be honest, I find working with my wife very good. We try to, make sure if it's something, that
we don't take it personal also.
Yeah, business is business, and then our marriage is our marriage. So when we run the businesses, we like a team.
Right.
We don't look at each other, we're husband, wife, and I'm the leader here. I got to do it. No,
right.
We listen to each other, and we try to get pointers from each other. We don't try to overrun each other.
Yes.
So there's utmost respect.
Yes,
for what you both bring to the table.
We have to be professional as well, because if not, we'll just end up arguing.
Yeah. So, when we come to the company, we actually try to put it on the professional side of points, and we listen to each other, what we can make better, how we can do the company better, and how we can improve it. So, it works so well.
Have you ever saw yourselves being entrepreneurs? Obviously having full-time jobs before, and now you're venturing into being entrepreneurs, or you're already entrepreneurs because your business is operational.
Yes.
But did you ever foresee this?
I did. And from the beginning, I've been telling him about it, but he didn't believe that, right? Because we had good 2 full-time jobs, and, by letting go of that, security is scary. But, you have to go grab it and just figure it out later on. You always have to have the plan A and B. So if that plan A, but do not change your goal.
Right.
Just try until you get it. It was really hard for us from the beginning, because when the work were loading up, I had to quit my job then, and then there was a time that it wasn't getting busy. Then it was very stressful, but it's really just in the beginning. And like what he said, by the help of my brother, he's super positive on everything. I was crying on the text and saying, you know, how are we going to make this work and this and that. And he's like, just, you know, well, we can do this.
Yeah. Basically, the thing about why sometimes I was feeling kind of negative towards having a business in Cayman, especially a janitorial company, is because the size of Cayman, it's so much janitorial companies here.
Big ones.
No, you know, it was kind of scary for me to say, well, does Cayman have the clientele for it?
For you.
Yeah.
For you.
Yes, yes.
So, you know, that's why I was kind of being really...
Skeptical.
Yeah, skeptical going into it, you know. And after I seen how, you know, she marketed it and how she did everything, she's a boss at all that. So, yeah, and I appreciate and I kept watching her on the sidelines, and, you know, everybody started hearing about us when I went to work. They're like, oh, you have a company now. And I'm like, yes, I do.
Well, the good thing is,
you know, I saw that it was getting out there,
right?
Yes.
And I was feeling more comfortable with the fact that we had a company now, and K&A Services was getting more popular. And I just hope, you know, everybody comes to us, and, you know, if they want to experience,
trust us.
you know, good customer service and experience good cleaning,
right?
Hey, this way to come.
When you look at it, the fact that we are a small island and everyone somewhat knows each other is actually to your advantage.
Yeah.
And
that's the truth.
You realize that afterwards.
It does. Yes, exactly.
But once they know who it was, they're like, oh, we know who you are.
Of course, give you a try.
You know, it's very nice to go there and people who knew you and say, come,
can relate.
I want to try your company.
Exactly.
That actually helps us a lot too. A lot of our friends and stuff like that and came to us and said, hey, come, I'll try it out, and, you know, I'll put your name out there, you know, and that's how we blew up.
Kyle, it's quite normal as young entrepreneurs starting out in the business to have that nervousness. But you know what I applaud and admire you both is that it never killed your drive nor your spirit. And that will allow you. There is nothing in life that is always a merry-go-round. You always have ups and downs. It's how you prepare for it.
Yes, exactly.
Now, with that being said, for aspiring entrepreneurs, persons who want to make that step, but is probably a little bit more what Kyle used to be.
Yes.
Scared to make the step.
Yes.
What advice would you impart on them this morning to say, you know, whether or not they should stay with fear of the unknown, fearful of making that next step because they're not seeing the entire staircase? You just got to start.
You have to, yes.
Well, to make that step, I mean, my advice for anyone, especially young Caymanians that wants to go out there and start a business, go for it. If you have a good plan and you have a good person to, like a good partner or someone that has knowledge in this field, go out there and do it and try it. Don't be scared to try something new. You know, you never know what can happen. As you can see, K&A Services.
Exactly.
You're not going to lose anything by trying it, you know. You'll be stressed at the beginning. But
that's normal. It comes with anything, even running your own home.
Yep.
Exactly.
Even running your own home.
Yes.
Now, did you all do a business plan? Did you get financial advice? How do you keep your books in order? Because we're understanding and we're hearing more and more that your dollar is not giving you the mileage it used to give you before.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to running a business, you're not only depending on that to also run your home, but in order to run itself and pay staff, there are liabilities out there.
Yes.
How have you managed to maintain that so that you don't commingle funds?
Right.
Every dollar that you make, oh, let's go to Miami, let's go to Tampa. No, okay.
Not at all.
How have you been able to separate the two?
Well, my advice for people when they start a business and they see it booming, don't just grab every bit of the money
or buy a car,
and
go buy a boat.
Not at all.
For me, you put the money back into the business
Yes.
to help it grow.
You purchase something.
And I'm saying that not to enjoy your ties and what you make, but don't just go crazy over it because you see a lot of money coming in. No, put it back in the business. Make sure you're always concentrate on what is more important. Yes, you can always buy material stuff, but just think a bit of it like it's a job. And when you get your paycheck at a job, you don't go out there and spend everything one time.
Exactly.
You actually go pay bills and stuff like that. So just think of it that way. And once you have that kind of mindset that, hey, this money is not for foolishness, it's for business and is for help me build myself up. So that's my advice to people when you see money coming in. If they
know how
get
to
start,
control.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take our final break for this segment of the Business Buzz. And when we come back, we'll get some recaps and final points as it relates to K&A services.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies, hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies, free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Support our port, support our tourism.
Suki, where Ezekiel is? I can't tell the last time I seen him.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you where old Heart is, because I didn't see her in a long time.
Suki, she pack up her bags and she gone England, my dear. Claim she gone looking work an opportunity.
Brown Ezekiel gone to England to do the same thing, looking work.
Some Caymanians claiming they can't find work here at home, so they're packing up and running to CULL, Britannia.
Well, that is why we need that new cruise berthing facility. It's going to bring a whole lot of jobs when they're building it and when they're running it day by day by day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. First, they're going to have all kind of construction jobs, and then they're going to need more taxis, more tour guides, more craft vendors, more people working in the shops, more of all kind of jobs. Look here, the thing going to be a major source of employment for Caymanians.
I am sure then both Ezekiel and Old Heart can land a good job doing good work because of this new cruise berthing facility.
Brownie, get on the telephone, call Ezekiel and Old Heart, tell them plenty of work is going to be available in Cayman. Now is our time to shine and truly be Caymankind.
Support our port, support our tourism.
Looking forward, looking bright. Support our port, support our tourism.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we keep, I was going to say welcome back to K&A Janitorial Services, but that's what we have the spotlight on this morning.
Yes, exactly.
And
Thank
it's
you.
a pleasure to have Kyle and Anne Ebanks, owners, in studio telling us more. What would you like to leave with our listening audience? Final points.
Well, the final points for us, if you want to get a hold of us, you can contact us via Facebook, WhatsApp. You can email us at assist@candaservices.ky. Don't be shy. Use us.
I can't believe Kyle just said that.
Don't be shy. Oh my gosh.
It was a great experience coming on here to talk about our company. And,
Yes, it is.
I just feel awesome that we can get our name out there.
You're definitely making it, and that's why we have a medium such as this to help build business. And the Department of Commerce Investment had this creation of this show for the same reason, to assist small business, getting them out there, because we understand how costly it could be for advertising. And it's by ways of this medium that we are more than honored to put the spotlight and hear more about small businesses and to give them that drive and that push. Now, did you all take advantage of the incentive program that government is having on for your trade and business, where you only pay the filing fee?
Yes.
Yes,
and that was the greatest.
And that actually got us going.
Yes.
So here's another spin off of the way government can assist. You're now featured on the Business Buzz.
Yes. At first, when they said it's $1,000-something for the license, we're like, look at
where
each
we're going to
other
find that?
like, oh, we don't have that. That's the first stop that
Yes.
actually you will think of. But then after they say it's $75, you're like, let's do this. And you see where we're at now.
Well, congratulations to you both, and it was a pleasure for me to have this honour to feature you both on the Business Buzz, and we
Thank
hope
you
to
so
hear
much.
and see more about you, follow
Yes.
you on social media. Again,
Yes.
all success to you both.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Sabrina.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for a time check and the 8 a.m. news in our second segment. We'll be talking to representatives from Cayman United Lionfish League. Over to you, Susan.
Thank you, Sabrina. And studio time now by Price Right is 8 o'clock.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore. Access to information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Another update from the Elections Office. It has 332 verification forms remaining to trigger a people's-initiated referendum on government's proposed cruise berthing project. Elections officials confirm as of August 24th, they're at 93.7% of the required 5,292 signatures received to trigger a referendum. 781 signatures are remaining to be verified. The petition was started by the group Cruise Port Referendum Cayman, and the aim is to give the voting public a chance to weigh in on government's plans to build cruise berthing and upgrade the port facilities in Georgetown in order to attract more cruise passengers. And the Georgetown Hospital boosts its arsenal in the local fight against cancer. As CIG-TV's Donna Bush reports, the Health Services Authority has brought on a full-time medical hematologist and oncologist.
Dr. Lundy Richards, consultant medical hematologist-oncologist, has history with the HSA, having been contracted part-time over a few years ago before joining the organization's pathology laboratory and oncology teams full-time back in August. Now, the addition of a specialist with the ability to treat blood cancers and blood disorders, such as anemia and bleeding conditions like hemophilia, as well as solid cancers, has made comprehensive cancer care for people in the Cayman Islands more easily accessible, closer to home. In addition to hematology and oncology services, he will provide expertise in blood bank and transfusion medicine. Dr. Richards says he's honored to work with a team of professionals at the HSA, and they will work towards strengthening the healthcare system of the Cayman Islands by always putting patients first. Dr. Richards received his medical degree in Cuba, graduating with a gold-sealed diploma, first-class honors. He completed his Doctor of Medicine in Clinical Hematology and Oncology at the University of the West Indies, Jamaica. Now, patients will need a referral for hematology and oncology services provided by Dr. Richards. For more information, you can call the chemotherapy unit at 244-2872. That's 244-2872.
In regional news, Jamaica's tourism minister, Edmund Bartlett, says the tourism workers' pension scheme will allow for flexible contributions through its use of individual retirement savings accounts. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, Bartlett explained that each tourism enterprise worker who joins the scheme will have his or her own retirement savings account with their contributions, their employer's contributions, and interest accumulated. He added that the pension scheme will facilitate breaks in contribution due to the periods of unemployment or overseas work. He explained that being employed to a local multinational company would not cause a break in contributions if the employee is paid from that company's headquarters in Jamaica. However, the break would come if an employee was paid from another jurisdiction. The tourism workers' pension scheme is expected to come into effect in 2020. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Chris Barrow. The leaders of opposition parties in Britain say they've agreed they need to act together urgently to block a potential no-deal Brexit. In a joint statement, the group, including the main opposition Labour Party, said options included passing legislation or a vote of no confidence in the government of the pro-Brexit Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Kurdish fighters in northern Syria say they've withdrawn their forces, heavy weapons and fortifications from some positions on the border with Turkey. It follows an agreement between Turkey and the United States to establish a safe zone. The European Court of Human Rights has condemned Russia over the death in detention of the lawyer and whistleblower Sergei Magnitsky. It found Moscow guilty of multiple rights violations, including not giving Mr. Magnitsky proper medical care before his death in 2009. Brazil has rejected an offer of $20 million in aid from G7 countries to help tackle fires raging in the Amazon. Officials said France should first do more to help poorer countries fight climate change, or that the money could better be used reforesting Europe. The Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has cast doubt on the possibility of an imminent summit with President Trump. Mr. Rouhani reiterated Tehran's position that there could be no talks until the US lifted sanctions reimposed after quitting the 2015 nuclear deal. A doctor in Indian-administered Kashmir has been detained after he demanded that the government restore internet services to allow patients to be properly treated. Speaking to the BBC, Dr. Omar, who gave only one name, said without the internet it was difficult for hospitals to provide free treatment. And that's the latest BBC News.
Access to information. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
BritK protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
BritK, where people come first.
The Weather Report is proudly sponsored by Super Stitch Sewing and Fabric Center, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Thinking of decorating your home or your apartment? Then Super Stitch is the place for all your household needs. We have sheets, comforters, bathroom accessories, curtains, and a whole lot more. We are the original curtain store with curtains for every room in the house. Some special now in curtains for $10 a panel. Yes, just $10 a panel. Come see us today at Super Stitch. Super Stitch, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasadora Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Good morning. Time now for the latest weather report. Synopsis indicate light to moderate winds and slight to moderate seas expected over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours due to a slack pressure gradient over the northwest Caribbean. Radar images show isolated showers around the Cayman area moving towards the northwest. The National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida is issuing advisories on Tropical Storm Dorian, which at last check was located near 14.0 north, 61.2 west. It's about 50 miles southeast of St. Lucia with maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. Tropical Storm Dorian is moving towards the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. This storm poses no threat to the Cayman Islands. For further information on this system, you can log on to www.nhc.noaa.gov. Now the forecast for today, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures will be in the low 90s. Winds will be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. And the forecast for tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures falling to the upper 70s tonight. Your winds will be light and variable, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 1:16, and a high tide again tonight at 7:54. The sun will set this evening at 6:43 and will rise tomorrow morning at 10 minutes past 6. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Thursday morning.
Superstitch Sewing and Fabric Center was the proud sponsor of the Weather Report, your one-stop shop for all of your household items, craft items, jewelry, beads, and decorations, and much more. Call Superstitch at 949-2833 or email customer care at superstitch.com.ky.
Thinking of decorating your home or your apartment? Then Superstitch is the place for all your household needs. We have sheets, comforters, bathroom accessories, curtains, and a whole lot more. We are the original curtain store with curtains for every room in the house. Some special now curtains for $10 a panel. Yes, just $10 a panel. Come see us today at Superstitch. Superstitch, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasadena Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
If your business is over here, but your customers are over here, adding more yellow to your business will bring you both right here. With everyone searching yellows, print, online, and mobile app, getting your business noticed is easier than ever. Book your consultation today at findyellow.com.
The 2020 Yellow Directory is closing soon. Last chance. Don't miss out. Call now to sign up or renew today. 949-7027. That's 949-7027. Yellow. We know Cayman.
Support our port. Support our tourism.
Did you know government agreed very early on that the piers would be built on pilings in deeper water to minimize the environmental footprint? Marine life will still be able to move freely underneath them, and coral relocation remains part of the plan.
Looking forward, looking bright.
Learn more and spread the word.
Support our port, support our tourism.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Once again, we take a look at traffic. Coming from the east on Shamrock Road, steady traffic in some section of Shamrock Road and other section busy, and traffic busy closer to town on Linford Pearson Highway. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, traffic is steady but flowing. Steady traffic on Huldah Avenue, and traffic flowing moderately on Thomas Russell Way. And as we look on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, expect moderate flow of traffic. And no issues on Owen Roberts Drive as traffic is flowing pretty good. Coming from the West Bay, four-way stop, traffic smooth. And on Cool Road, traffic is busy closer to town, and further up on Cool Road, moderate flow of traffic. That's very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12. We'll update you traffic-wise. And if you've seen any accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. Have a good morning and buckle up.
Introduce yourself to the Fresh Fit 6-inch Whey at Subway. That's 7 subs that have 400 calories or less. These are healthier choices made with fresh options, making healthy delicious. Choose from roast beef, the Subway Club, or Veggie Delight. There's oven-roasted chicken, turkey breast, black forest ham, and sweet onion chicken teriyaki. With 400 calories or less and loaded with flavor, enjoy the Fresh Fit subs at Subway. Available island-wide and 24 hours a day at Anderson Square and Centennial Towers.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
It was great catching up with you. I've got to go pick up my prescription at Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor.
But you live in West Bay. Do you know you can go to Healthcare Pharmacy in Governor Square, their second location?
Really?
Yes, and if you go to healthcarepharmacy.ky, you can refill and transfer your prescriptions online and collect at either location.
That's so convenient. Thanks. I'm off to Healthcare Pharmacy in Governor Square.
Healthcare Pharmacy Grand Harbor, Healthcare Pharmacy Governor Square, and always healthcarepharmacy.ky.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz, second segment here this morning. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and we put the spotlight in here more about the Cayman United Lionfish League that we'll be referring to as CULL during our conversation. In studio, I'm pleased to welcome Miss Katie O'Neill and Mr. Mark Orr, two of the CULL founding members. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. If you're streaming live on YouTube now or a little later, definitely you will see in the middle of my table a beautiful T-shirt, and it's called CULL 30. It's almost like tic-tac-toe. Right?
That's right. They got to go. Tic-tac-toe, they got to go. And it's the T-shirt that you can get for signing up to CULL in this weekend's tournament, which Mark and I are going to tell you all about.
Definitely. But before we get into all of that and what's going to happen, can you tell us a little bit of the history and how this all evolved?
Absolutely. Lionfish threat came in. We had found our first lionfish in Cayman in 2008. And it's been increasing. They've exponentially grown since that. They're unfortunately the perfect invasive species. And what happened was Jason Washington from Ambassador Divers realized at first that there was a need for man to help getting rid of these fish. There is no natural predators for these invasive species. So he started doing tournaments as a way to bring divers and fishermen and locals, everybody together to start help cull lionfish. And after a few tournaments, a lot of us who were kind of there for everyone, we all got together and realized we need to make this bigger. Mm-hmm. This has to be not just a few small prizes with, 20 people. This needs to be big. So we basically blew up at the end of 2012. The tournament that Christmas, we got a lot of large sponsors, a lot of local companies participated, gave us a lot of very interesting, great prizes for the teams. And once that advertisement went, all of a sudden we had 20 teams instead of 5. A lot more people, and we brought in a lot of fish. We brought in 1,365 fish over that weekend.
Wow.
And that set CULL in motion. Katie came, we were looking for a good name. Katie incorporated CULL, which means to selectively remove invasive species, so it fits perfectly with us.
Well, thanks. Yeah, the reason why I chose Cayman United is because all of Cayman should be united to fight the lionfish. And we're all in league with each other, which is also a nautical term. So it became Cayman United Lionfish League.
Okay.
CULL.
Yep, and it fits perfectly.
So let's talk about the mission and goal of your organization.
Well, through education primarily. It's not just all about shooting lionfish. I mean, the fact is we need to do something with them. We need to have that interest there to keep people culling them. So what we started off doing was, yes, we held tournaments to bring the numbers down. But then the second stage of every tournament is all of our participating restaurants, bars, wherever we are, they actually cook up free samples during the weigh-in. So all that fish is filleted right there on scene. We teach people how to fillet the fish, despine the fish properly, safely, and then it's cooked up. So you can actually come by and try lionfish. There's a taboo out there that lionfish is poisonous. But what lionfish have is venomous spines. And once you remove those spines, you're talking light, flaky fish, just like if locals would compare it to butterfish, except just a slight less fishy. It's a very light, very sweet fish, very soft, easy to clean once the spines are gone, scales come off easy, and it's just there's nothing you can't do with it.
It's very versatile. You can fillet it, escovitch, ceviche, you can fry it, you make tacos. You could probably make a lionfish pizza if you wanted to.
Interesting. Well, I know you love cooking. You love baking as well. And I think you got a little recipe to share with us later on, so we're excited about that.
Thank you. I'd be happy to.
Now let's talk about the upcoming CULL tournament. Excited to hear more about that.
This weekend coming up, 31st and 1st of September, we have our 30th tournament, CULL tournament. It'll be at Rackham's Waterfront Bar and Grill. And like I said, on each day, the weigh-in is between 4 p.m. and 6. Please come by. Even if you don't want to sign up for the CULL itself, come by and try lionfish if you haven't done it yet. Our registration is Thursday night coming up, and that will be also at Rackham's from 5 to 8. So you can get your teams together, sharpen up your spears, as we say, and come on out and join us. We've got $3,200 in cash prizes from our gold sponsor now, Foster's Food Fair. And come out, have some fun, eat some great fish, and help the environment.
And learn about lionfish as well, because the Department of the Environment will come out and set up these large kiosks that have a lot of information. So it's fun for the whole family, really, And you can not only learn about them and see them being filleted, as Mark said, but also taste how delicious they are. And they really are, well, they're delicious.
One of my favorite fish for sure. And
Yes.
I've eaten everyone here. So,
How many persons usually take place in these CULL tournaments?
Usually weather dependent and also time of year, because a lot of our teams are associated. Our dive masters are associated with the dive industry. We're season's a little slow, so we're hoping for a lot of teams. Usually around this time of year, we're anywhere from 12 to 16 teams, and every team can have 2 to 8 persons. That's up to the team members. There's the actual colours, the spares have to be licensed by the DOE and have official DOE spares. They can't bring their own. And we check everybody's IDs as they sign up. But it's usually about 10 to 12 teams. Last tournament, we actually, because of weather, we only managed 6 teams bringing in fish, and it became a little scary, and we realized we had to keep going with these tournaments, because even though last year the numbers went down, but at this last tournament, we were back to 512 fish with half the teams participating. Back up from 224 in our last tournament last year. So not quite the 1,000 plus that we used to get, but numbers are on the rise again, so we need to keep going.
I was going to ask, how have you found your efforts? Has the numbers been diminishing?
It's a curve. It went down, and now it's trending back up. And this is going to be a battle that we are going to have to continue to fight.
There's no rest, pretty much.
We've been very successful at it. I think we've managed to keep the lionfish in check for the most part. But there are other unfortunate islands that didn't get the jump on it that we did. And now there are islands that have complete dead zones where all you see is just dead coral and lionfish and lobster. And the reason why the coral dies is because the lionfish eat all the baby reef fish off the coral that would normally feed on the coral, on the algae, and keep it free so it doesn't die and wither, suffocate from being covered in algae. And once the invasion takes hold and all the baby reef fish are gone, well, you've really destroyed your tourism product for sure. You've destroyed your future fishing product, and you also now have killed your reef.
Right. Everything has its purpose and its place, isn't it?
Absolutely. When that circle of life for a region or a certain area gets disrupted, it's by invasive species. Yeah, it's a big impact.
How did they actually get here? Because it's only recently we're hearing about the lionfish. Is it change of tides, currents?
No, unfortunately it is man's fault in one way or another. There are several hypotheses. I think not everybody knows, but one of the more popular ones is you take the scenario. Well, a lot of them showed up off of Florida first, and they showed up in 1s and 2s. What happens with invasive species? We actually get dozens of invasive species every year are spotted around the Caribbean, but they don't multiply. They come and they go, and unfortunately, a big way for them to get here is that you've got a huge 200 gallon aquarium. You've got $5,000 worth of beautiful tropical fish you've paid for. You include now a new $500 lionfish. You wake up in the morning and half your fish are gone. So you've just paid $500 for this fish. You've just named him. You don't want to kill him, so you throw him in the canal and let him swim out to sea. Unfortunately, all it takes is 2 of these fish. All it took was a few of these fish, I should say. And they're really dangerous. These fish can put out 30,000 eggs every 4 days if they have a mate. So all of a sudden they became the perfect invasive species. And right from the start, the egg sacs, nothing eats them. So they float on the surface and they're just float along. And then when they hatch out, right from embryo stage, the lionfish actually have venomous spines.
Wow.
Even though it's not as much venom, it's almost as potent as they are as an adult. So right away, other fish see them as they don't want to fool with them. So they don't see them as prey. And so they just exploded. And of course, those egg sacs travel on the current. So like Katie was saying, even if we have a good control here, other places that don't, they're just replenishing ours on a regular basis, literally on a daily basis. It doesn't help with all the sargassum coming in that gives them a perfect habitat to move around in. The young ones can hide in that and get even more secure. So we have seen a big increase in the small ones. Like when that tournament that we did come down to 200, and I think it was one of our tournaments, 256, 144 of those were taken from the North Sound as babies. So the majority of fish, there was hardly any found on the wall. We had gone way down there for one reason or another, but the babies were still there. And unfortunately, those we did cull a lot, but there's a lot more that we missed.
Yeah.
They're now maturing on the walls again, so our numbers are climbing, and it's just a recycling process.
Yeah, and you know, it's amazing how these fish operate, because they are beautiful fish, and they have these fluttery fins, I guess you call them, and they just what happens is they get in front of the little baby reef fish, and the baby reef fish is just awed. It really doesn't know what it's seeing, and before you know it, their mouth opens up to 3 times its size, and they just scoop it right up. And then their stomach can actually expand to 30 times its volume. So now you have the ability of these lionfish to go out. And sometimes when we cull them off the reef, we'll find 24 baby reef fish in their bellies. It's terrible. It's sad.
And a couple of egg sacs usually.
And the egg sacs,
it's amazing how much can hold inside these small fish. A 10-inch fish, we have a picture on on our CULL Facebook page, and it's got 2 large egg sacs, which are about the size of a chicken egg each, I guess. And, like you said, another dozen baby squirrel fish. And it's all of that was in a little 8 to 10-inch fish with a 3-inch, what looks like a 3-inch belly. But it expands, and they'll swallow anything up to half their size. Just inhale it.
So would you like to use this opportunity now to make a public appeal to encourage persons who may want to jump onto this weekend's CULL? For those who haven't registered already, or maybe just understanding by ways of this medium exactly how this invasive fish works and the importance that they can play in a role.
Well, there's a lot of great information on our social media, on our Facebook page, which is very easy to go to. It's just CULL, Cayman United Lionfish League. If you will just type in a search on that, it'll come up, and you can see a lot of the pictures from previous CULLs, and also the information about this upcoming CULL. And we also reach out to the certified cullers through DOE. Do you want to talk about that, Mark?
Well, all the licensed cullers out there that have the spares are the culling licenses, even ones just for nets. Now that we're a little short on spares, but we have them all on an email list, so we always send them out and try and get those guys. Now, unfortunately, like with the tournaments, they are similar to fishing tournaments here, where it is your responsibility to put together the team and your anglers. A lot of people come to our registration and say, "Oh, well, can I get a spare and can I go?" It's unfortunately we can't do that. You do have to register as a culler and take the course with the DOE or one of the certified dive companies, which can teach you, and you get on the waiting list. That allows you to take them with nets to start with, and then you put down your name. There is a long waiting list for spares, and we always get asked that question, can you provide spares? Unfortunately, we can't. So it is more for teams to come in, but we have a lot of cullers out there I know who even have not participated in one of these after several. So yes, come on out. Like I said, it's great fun. Put together a team for the weekend. Provide your own boat, shore dive. And what we do now is there's a per color. The way we do our prizes for most fish and most weight is we do it on a per color basis. So small teams can compete with the bigger team. You don't have to have 8 people and bring in 1,000 fish. You can have 2 people and bring in 200, but you got 100 per color. You're actually right up there with the prize money. Right. And it's 4 prizes, 4 different categories. So we've got biggest fish, smallest fish, most fish, and most weight. Sorry, did I miss one? Most fish and most weight, yes. And smallest fish is one of the more important prize categories, because we want to get those small ones off the reef before they eat 50,000 reef fish to get up to the size to win a big fish prize.
Oh, and they're tiny, too. Isn't our record number like 23
millimeters? Or is it
19 millimeters?
Tiny
That's
fish.
Really small.
Yeah, practically right down to almost embryo size. They've just come in.
It's tricky catching those. But we have first and second and third place categories in each of those larger categories, or prizes, I should say. So you get $500 for the largest or the most weight, etc.
First place.
First place is $500, second place is $200, and third place is $100. So
and then we usually have little other prizes, and we try and help the environment in other ways. Like when we had, I think it was World Ocean Day a little while back, we did a fishing line prize off the reef. So the team with the most weight off the fishing line, we got a separately sponsored prize for that. So that I think paid out $250. So, we try and help with other things as well.
Now, the upcoming CULL this weekend takes place here in Grand Cayman.
Yes.
What about the sister islands? Do you have any plans for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman?
We actually started to put one together this year. There's been a few difficulties with it, with getting teams over. We want to actually have some teams from here incorporate. So we had some trouble getting some cheap accommodations and flights and stuff. But I think it was more our fault for letting it go a little bit long. But yes, we would love to have a Sister Islands CULL. Work with the dive companies and like CCMI and other groups over there. Possibly, I think the idea is to host it in the BRAC and do a way station, even possibly on both islands.
Right.
But it just, this one, I think we waited a little bit long. But I think that's in the works for early next year, one of our earlier probably the second tournament next year. We have to do it when there's the staff over there can do it as well.
Right.
That's the other big thing is, so I guess it would have to be around the August, September actually, about this tournament actually, because it's when just before everybody goes on vacation and the island kind of closes down for Little Cayman. So we'd love those companies to be able to participate. So we've got to be able to do it the right time. And but we just need a little bit more time to get it planned. But we definitely need one over there.
So the only way actually to capture these lionfish is by sparing them, correct?
No, actually you can net them or bag them, and for the baby ones, I know they have their little tricks that probably involve sucking them up into little water bottles or something like that. I've never caught a small one, and I don't want to give.
We can't give away our secrets. No, actually, the most common thing for small ones, we all. My team is a free dive team, so we work the shallow waters. We're called Team Green Water because we go into the back nasty water and get all those babies off the docks and the mangroves and all that. But actually, no, we just use aquarium nets. They're nice and small. They tuck up inside your rash guard so we can carry them with us when we need them. And then we load the fish into carboys safely. The spares that we use have a tri-head on so that the fish can't come down towards your hand.
Okay.
So when you spare them, they stay up there. And as long as you're careful turning around, then we have a containment system that we designed that has a funnel which is cut so it expands. So you put the fish straight in there. You never touch the fish. You take that back to the boat. It's carefully then person with a spike-proof glove pulls the cover off, shakes them out into the ice chest. So that's the safety aspect of it we had to develop because a lot of people were getting stung in the early stages. The original thing pushed in from other countries was to put them in a dry bag. Well, the spines come through a dry bag, and if you're down on scuba and you're trying to push other fish in and you get stuck, you've got to wait right through your deco stops and everything. It was quite painful for a few people. But that's just almost negated itself completely now with the new system.
Well, I'll volunteer to close the lid of the ice chest. That's what I'll do. That's about it, and I'll assist in eating.
Yep, there you go. Well, that's an important part. If we one of our main things is eat them to beat them. I mean, that's become our theme, because we are trying to make sure everybody knows that they are good fish. I mean, they are really good. And the more restaurants have them and buy from local colours,
once the demand is there, definitely. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we hear more about Cayman United Lionfish League that takes place, their CULL takes place this weekend right here in Grand Cayman. And in studio telling us more, I am pleased to welcome Ms. Katie O'Neill and Mr. Mark Orr. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get some more on how lionfish affects the environment, how can we all help in this effort, and additional information that both of our guests are willing to share with us this morning. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue policies when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 or Denise Brown at 814-7229. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Michael and Denise today at Cayman Insurance Center.
At Logic, we make things better for our customers. It's why we're offering free Boost Wi-Fi. With Boost, you get improved Wi-Fi connectivity everywhere in your home, so there's no more dead zones. The only people we're not making this better for is parents. Because now with seamless Wi-Fi in every room in your home, go to your room isn't really the punishment it used to be. Sorry about that. Sign up now for any Logic Bundle package and get free Boost Wi-Fi for a limited time. Visit logic.ky for details.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, keeping the spotlight on Cayman United Lionfish League. What we're referring to is the acronym CULL, was officially formed in late 2008, I think.
2012.
2012, okay.
The culling began a little bit earlier, but we formed as our official organization to eat them, to beat them, and fight them, and keep them off our reef. And 2012.
And since then, the group of concerned divers, snorkelers, and environmentalists has organized regular tournaments in effect and in their effort to reduce the lionfish population. And one of those tournaments takes place this weekend. It's out at Rackham's right here in Grand Cayman. Mm-hmm. And what would you like, just to, in case someone is just tuning in or they called a friend and say, look, there's something going on this weekend. Let's go in the water. Let's do our part. What would you like them to know about this weekend and what's coming up?
Well, like I said, all our tournaments, I think, turn out to be a pretty fun occasion. And it's a great way, great way to spend a weekend with friends, helping the environment. So any friends you've got with Lionfish licensed spares and the DOE license, get them together. Mm-hmm. Put together a team between 2 and 8 people. Come out to registration Thursday night at 5 to 8 at Rackham's. There's going to be some drink specials on. I know Julie and the staff are putting together some really nice, or planning for nice lionfish tacos over the weigh-ins on Saturday and Sunday. So if nothing else, even if you don't have that license or you don't dive or snorkel, come on out and just give lionfish a try and learn something about how to clean them and fix them up, and hear Miss Katie's recipes.
That's
and
right.
We try and spread as much information as we can. That's our main goal, is to educate people and to that's, like I said, our motto is eat them to beat them, and it's we're just pushing that effect that they are a good fish to eat and they're a sustainable fish. Uh-huh. Yeah. So give the grouper and snapper a break and try some lionfish.
The big day of the 2 days, obviously, is Sunday, when we actually award the $3,200 in cash prizes. And I do want to just give a quick shout out and our deepest gratitude to Foster's Food Fair, because we could not hold these tournaments without their support, right, and they help us with the prize money. But you can come on Sunday, and CETA comes out as well. We work closely with them because, of course, we are really helping keep our tourism product at its best by preserving our reefs, which are so precious. But so you'll have the food, you'll have I would say a larger gathering on Sunday, and you can see the lionfish being filleted and weighed, and read about them, or on the kiosk that the DOE brings in to help educate the public. So it's really a festive family affair, and it's a lot of fun.
So what can we all do in a whole to stop or decrease this lionfish population? We all can play a part.
Absolutely. One of the big things is when it comes down to the restaurants. Unfortunately, in a way, we created a little bit of a monster because we really pushed the restaurants to carry lionfish, and then we actually don't have enough lionfish being brought in to supply them for a regular menu. But what we're hoping people will ask our restaurants to do is, we've kind of switched our focus, is to encourage restaurants to buy it fresh locally instead of bringing it in, which some restaurants are. But buy it local and put it on as specials, and to do it often. And when people come to the door with those lionfish, we're probably the cheapest place in the world you can buy lionfish. New York City sells fillets on average for $29 a pound. I've had a picture sent to me from a deli in Dallas where it was $32.99 a pound.
Wow.
We're selling $6 whole weight. So you know what, restaurants, buy those, encourage your restaurants to buy those lionfish, buy that cooler, and for that week, put a nice ceviche special on, or a soup, or like we said, you can do anything with it. We can fillet them whole and bake them for the bigger ones, the smaller ones, and there's a lot of restaurants that are doing a great job with it. I should say that. I mean, they are really supporting us, and over every restaurant we've gone to for our tournaments has been amazing, and they put out 5 or 6 samples. So, like I said, on Rackham, on Saturday and Sunday, come by Rackham's and give it a try. They're chefs. We've had tournaments here before, and they've done a great job for us.
So you can stew it, you can make it into soup. I like mine fried, like a good piece of barra with escovitch.
It's a very sweet. Actually, I escovitch them all the time. They're a very sweet, light, flaky fried fish. Like I said, locals will know the word butterfish, but they basically, the meat looks just like a butterfish, except a little less fishy. The only thing you can do wrong, in my opinion, with lionfish is over-season it.
Okay.
If you put too hot a pop, a Scotch bonnet's too harsh for it, because you will not taste the fish.
Okay.
It is not, you're not like putting it on snapper where you're going to taste the fish through it. So you have to be a little careful with your seasoning, but other than that, there's nothing you can do wrong, and escovitch is actually a great way to do it.
And you know what I love? I'll actually take a couple of coconuts from my backyard off our tree and make my own coconut milk, and then simmer the lionfish with some vegetables like sweet potatoes and other things like that, and make a curried lionfish in that, served with some rice. It's really, really nice. And then I like also to, I'll tell you my other secret recipe if we have time.
It is just between you and me.
All right, just between us. Yes. You take the lionfish fillet, and you take egg white, and you just whisk it just to break it up. Add a little bit of almond flavoring to it, to the egg white. Take the lionfish, and you want to dredge it in a little bit of seasoned flour with some salt and pepper. Then you put it in the egg white. Then you're going to dip it into this bowl that's going to have grated, chopped sweet potato. So basically, you're coating now that filet in the sweet potato, and then you pan saute it in coconut oil, and you have something really delicious.
Good to go.
And I do it all the time. I've stole that recipe from her and spread it around. I cook that. I do that recipe for friends all the time. It's even if you just have small lionfish, we do it that way, and that's your appetizer leading up to another thing, or however. But it is really nice.
It's so good. You would even eat it cold the next morning from the refrigerator.
Nice.
If you had any, if you were lucky enough to have any left over.
So, but are some of these recipes on your Facebook page?
Occasionally we've done that. But I think that's a great idea. I think I need to just start an album just with recipes. And, of course, there is the Reef organization Lionfish Cookbook. Yes. We'll put a picture of that up on our Lionfish culling page on Facebook.
We usually have, when we get bunches of them, we actually have them at the tournaments that people can buy as well. There are a couple of cookbooks out and other informational packets that we'll have there for people.
Not to forget the National Trust created a beautiful lionfish cookbook.
Actually, they did, yes.
Yes, they did, working with the various restaurants, and that's something that also we'd love to share with everyone as well.
What is, just for my own, to educate myself, what is the average lifespan of lionfish?
The average lifespan for the red Pacific lionfish is posted as 10 years. I don't think we've done locally any research to dispute that, so... you put it in terms that from the time they're 4 or 5, the females, from the time they're 4 or 5 months old, can start producing eggs. And very quickly they're producing 30,000 eggs every 4 days, and they can do that for 10 years. It just gives a reasoning or shows how they've spread so fast.
Yes.
Those, like I said, those egg pods go out to seed, and they're floating in sargassum, and they show up and they grow very, very quickly. And unfortunately, because they eat so many fish, within 4 or 5 inches long, they're swallowing, just constant swallowing fish.
Well, I liked you guys on Facebook, and I was amazed at the little time in between the breaks that of some of the pictures that I saw. Yeah. And you hearing about the lionfish, but I must say I have been more informed this morning with this conversation and understanding and the importance of just combating, just getting those numbers down. And I hope that people were actually more informed and educated. But there are other dive companies, even in the sister islands, that may not necessarily do them as a CULL yet.
Right. CULL is, as important, of course, as we think it is, it's a, one part.
Right.
Starting off even before CULL, there's, a few hundred licensed cullers out there who do a great job, even if it's just on the weekend getting dinner for themselves. There's a few real dedicated guys that I know are in the thousands, and they're because you're supposed, part of the license is you do have to let the DOE know and report what you've taken. And there are some people out there and dive companies, not just individuals. There's some dive companies right now doing a really great job. They even have invented or come up with a PADI course so that divers can actually get a Lionfish certification on their PADI. And they can actually learn how to use buoyancy properly around the reef and not hit the reef, how to shoot the lionfish. And they're actually taking people out that. So it is helping with tourism in that way as well. People are actually coming here to lionfish.
To do it.
And if it ties in with a tournament, all the better. But Sister Islands as well, I know CCMI has a tournament over there. I think it's them that runs it. The divers community in Little Cayman, I know about, gets together every week, I believe it is. And they have a weekly CULL, so they're doing a great job with trying to keep their numbers down over there. Have to admit, not as much information about the BRAC, but I know there has been, there are colours over there. We actually went over with the DOE, myself and Bradley Johnson, and a couple of others, and we did a bit large sign up near the start of this, and we held a cook up. We had a little 2-day, I wouldn't call it a tournament, but we went out culling, and then all the fish we caught was cooked up at one of the local restaurants, and it was a really popular event, fish and fritters there, and so hopefully they're continued. We signed up quite a few people, so I'm really hoping they're continuing to cull. And so there's a lot of people out there doing a great job for this, and everybody, I think, understood the importance of keeping our reefs free of lionfish.
Yeah. Now, getting your hands on this beautiful green shirt that we have on display here in the middle of the table, how can people get one of those? Do you have to be a part of the CULL, or can you just purchase them to support your cause?
Yeah, they will be at the tournaments. So all registered cullers get a free T-shirt as part of their thing. It's $10 to register, which I guess does in part cover some of the T-shirt.
Yeah.
So it's a $10 registration fee per person for those who are signing up. But we will have all the extra shirts we will have at the weigh-ins from 4 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday. You can come by and we sell them for the same price, the same $10. So it's quite a deal for a pretty good T-shirt, actually.
Of course.
Monograms More does, one of our other sponsors, does a great job on the shirts, and they do give us quality shirts, not the shrinkable kind. So come on by and buy one. They're pretty cool. Every tournament has its own theme, and there's quite a few people out there who are actually trying to collect one of each.
Okay.
And they're fighting to do that, so including our CULL members. Yeah.
What main points would you like to drive home about the importance of lionfish culling this morning?
Well, I really do want I want to invite everyone to please take a look at our Facebook page and really learn more about it and continue to support this effort. And I really want to, again, thank Foster's. We couldn't do what we do without their help. And our other main sponsors as well. We work closely with CETA, and, of course, now we're working with Rackham's Waterfront Bar and Grill. And all the colors out there, it's not easy to do what you do. The reward is awesome, though, even if it's just the wonderful taste of lionfish. So thank you for what you're doing to save our reef. And everyone that comes out to support this, I want to tell you how much we appreciate that as well. And hope that we'll see you on this Saturday or Sunday at Rackham's on the Waterfront.
Mr. Orr?
I think from the DOE side, I've been on it right from the start, and I think what Katie just said is thank you to everybody who's out there, because I know how many have been killed right from the start, and I know where we would be if we weren't doing it. So actually a big thank you to the government at the time for actually realizing the problem as well and allowing us to have the spares right away, because a lot of countries aren't actually taking that effort,
right,
and they're being overwhelmed. Of course, thank you Radio Cayman and for helping us get the word out there.
Definitely.
And it's all about information. We need to let everybody know, and we need to keep them off our reef, so eat them to beat them.
Well, I want to thank you, and it is an honor to have been able to put the spotlight on this event and understanding the importance of lionfish and how invasive they are and what damage they can do that is lifetime, the damage that they can cause.
Yes.
And I want to wish you all success in your efforts, and kudos to you and all the best for this weekend.
Thank you so much. We hope to see you there.
I'll be over in the Brack.
Oh, well, we'll miss you. We'll try and save you some lionfish.
But I'll definitely be over there for any time you're going to go over there.
That's right. Yeah. We'll tell them we're coming.
Exactly. It is my pleasure. Thank you so much. Speaking with Miss Katie O'Neill and Mr. Mark Orr, sharing with us about the upcoming CULL. That is the Cayman United Lionfish League. They're having their tournament this weekend right here in Grand Cayman at Rackham's. $10 to register, and you get a beautiful shirt. If you're not even going to register and have a team this time around, you can support their efforts by purchasing a shirt. Again, all success to you, and it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
The Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday and is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Give them a call, 949-6211, and also by Cayman Insurance Centre, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. We want to thank our producer, Susan, who's also manning the boards, and to you, our loyal listeners, fans, and supporters. Until Thursday, have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by insurance agents Michael Webster and Denise Brown from Cayman Insurance Centre, specializing in life and property insurance. Don't take chances with your family's future.